Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And what we're going to talk about is the breaking announcement that FPC, Firearm Policy Coalition, just made against the pistol brace rule. This just dropped about 30 minutes ago. They're going for the jugular, and I can't wait to show you everything about this because this could end this forever. Now, everything will be linked in the description box below. I can't wait to hear what you guys think. And of course, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn that notification bell on. And the content today is brought to you by USCCA. This is the United States Concealed Carry Association. And they are an organization developed to helping the responsible and legally armed American provide themselves, protect themselves, avoid danger, and keep people safe. They have a few of the benefits alone are putting together a plan for your family in case of an emergency, being able to access your firearm quickly and deploy it effectively, and putting together all the laws and the tapestry of framework for you to be safe. Now, we are talking about something that is so complex, but it's still a money-back guarantee for a full year. And if you activate today, the 15th, you get an exclusive range bag, which expires tonight at midnight. Again, that's the 15th. There's a link in the description box below, and thank you so much to them for making this content possible. All right, my brothers and sisters, we've got to dive into this because this right here is something that I have been waiting on for around 2 years. All right, check this out. Like I said, they are going for the jugular. FPC and FPCAF file summary judgment brief in lawsuit challenging ATF pistol brace rule. Now, I can almost hear some of you guys saying, wait, I thought this thing was dead forever and it was gone and it was never happening. It's under a preliminary injunction at the district court level nationwide. Preliminary. That means it would go towards a trial. It would go towards a longer hearing. They're saying, hey, can we just skip this? Check this out. Fort Worth, Texas, November 15th, today. Today, Firearms Policy Coalition announced the filing of their motion for summary judgment in Mock v. Garland, their lawsuit challenging ATF's pistol brace rule. The brief follows the Fifth Circuit determining that the rule is likely illegal and remanding the lawsuit back to the district court, which issued a preliminary injunction in October. The motion can be viewed at fpclegal.org. Now, here's what a summary judgment is for those of you who aren't lawyers. Summary judgment. A summary judgment is a judgment entered by a court for one party and against another party without a full trial. Okay, so the judge or the court can just wrap this whole thing up by himself without the extenuated, drawn-out process. Now, listen to why they're saying this, and this is a pretty powerful argument, at least in my opinion, but you guys can let me know in the comments field. Quote, the final rule violates the APA because it is not a logical outgrowth of the proposed rule, exceeds the agency's statutory authority, is arbitrary and capricious, and violates rights and powers protected and established under the U.S. Constitution. Very well said and very true. Argues the motion, quote, each of these would independently be enough for this court to vacate the final rule. That's the entire thing. Taken together, they demonstrate blatant disregard for the obligations placed upon them by Congress when promulgating rules and regulations that operate to impose potential criminal penalties on law-abiding Americans. They're going after the jugular. If they just have the judge vacate the motion and say, you know what, we don't need to do a trial. We've already sent it to the Fifth Court. We remanded it back down to the district level, and both have said they're illegal. Yeah, let's just take this preliminary injunction and make it a final one and get rid of it altogether. You don't believe me? Listen to the next thing they say, because this is a big deal, people. If this actually happens, you've got one of the 3 or 4 main pushes of the Biden administration gone dead underwater versus in this holding pattern of victory where we're at right now. Check this out. Quote, both the district court and the Fifth Circuit have already determined that we're likely to win this case and that ATF's attempt to unilaterally reclassify millions of firearms and turn millions of Americans into felons overnight is likely unlawful and unconstitutional, said Cody J. Wisniewski, FPCAF's General Counsel and Vice President of Legal and Counsel for plaintiffs in this case. Quote, with this brief, we've officially begun the process of having the court formally strike down ATF's rule once and for all. Now, there are 2 things that I'm going to kind of break down here that why this is so important. One, you don't have a pending judgment a couple years out and a couple court cases and all this thing that drags on. Even though there is an injunction against it, it still would drag on. However, If they vacate the entire thing and say, no, this is not happening because of all of these different reasons, the Fifth Circuit says it's not lawful and not going to win. The district court says it's not lawful and going to win. You got two levels there that say, yeah, nah, ATF, you kind of usurp the power of Congress, which is the same thing that the congressional heads are saying. It's not a good look. That goes out the window. That's step one. Step two here, if that goes out the window, everything else that they've done, from the, obviously this is the pistol brace rule, from the ghost gun or the frames and receivers regulations, from the bump stock regulations, all of it would go under intense scrutiny because they use the exact same thing across the board in all of those. Classifying who is a firearms dealer and who is not a firearms dealer. All of those things are built upon redesigning and redefining who is and who is not based off of interpretation of an executive bureaucracy. Essentially writing law whole cloth from opinion on the executive branch. That is congressional. That's what the argument has been this entire time. And I'm here for it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments field below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.